This story is something that literally feels unreal. I'm going to tell you a story about what happened on my last year birthday, which is going to completely blow your mind. When it happened, even while it was happening, after it happened, I was like, how did it happen? Like, this is so good to be true. Like, how did universe, the God, make this birthday happen? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nifty, and here we talk all about mindset, manifestation, and personal development. In today's video, I am going to tell you a story, a manifestation story that happened to me. This was my last birthday, and this is definitely not something that can be a coincidence or like a manifestation, like a vision board moment that I was manifesting and it came into my life. No, it was none of that. This was literally me asking the universe, asking God to make something happen for me at a time when I was at my rock bottom, and universe, the God, literally obeyed. One of the most magical birthdays ever. So before I get into the story of the manifestation, let me give you a little backstory of what was happening in my life September of last year, this time during my birthday. So last year during my birthday, I was literally at the rock bottom of my life. So to start off, I was broke. I was broke AF. Like, I was the brokest broke that I have ever been. In the start of last year, I moved to a new city and I did not have a job, and this is September. My birthday is in September. For 6 months I did not have a job, so I was the brokiest of broke at that time, okay? Because I was new to the city and I wasn't going out, I wasn't working, I did not have many friends. I literally had 2 friends in my life, and one of who was super toxic. At this time in my life, I'm literally working all kind of odd jobs. I'm working overnights at nightclubs, I'm working in Sephora, doing brand ambassador for different beauty brands, and I'm doing all kinds of odd jobs just to make enough money for rent and to get food for myself. Like, this was the goal. Like, there was nothing happening. There was nothing good happening in my life. My health was doing bad. I was borderline underweight at that time. There was no relationship anywhere inside. The only guys I was attracting were toxic trash bags, which was actually me at that time attracting what I was. I literally had no career and no source of money coming in. Like I said, I was doing all kind of odd jobs to just pay rent. But the one good thing was, in midst of all this, I was still somebody who was into manifestation. Even though everything in my life felt like nothing was in place, I had a routine, a manifestation routine that I would follow every single day, because that was something that gave me some kind of structure, some kind of sanity in a life where everything felt like anything could crumble at any moment. So every day morning when I woke up, I had my routine. I would do my affirmations. I had meditations I would do. And the most important thing I would say is I was always in the vibration of gratitude. Like, I would always be grateful for all the things that I have. Like, even if it was the minimum of the minimum, even if it was just one meal that a friend cooked for me, I was so grateful for it, because that was the place I was in life. And instead of becoming sore and bitter about how my life was so bad, I always chose to focus on gratitude and to be grateful for all the things that I had. But if you're somebody who's gone through any kind of financial struggle, you know that it's not easy to keep that happy sunshine manifestation mindset to manifest more money when you literally have no idea where you're gonna make money for the next month's rent. So this was kind of a vicious cycle that I was in. So now looking at it from a retrospect, I kind of see why I was in that place where I was. I did not have clarity. Like, in my mind, I would wake up in the morning, I would do all my affirmations and manifest the life that I want. But in the back of my mind, I was always anxious. I was always stressing out about finances. Like, I remember that was a time in my life when I actually experienced anxiety. Like, I've never had anxiety before that, but I remember at that time, I would wake up every morning feeling some kind of way in my body, like my body was unsafe. And that's when I realized, oh, this is what anxiety feels like. So it was like a cycle where I was manifesting good things, but I was also sabotaging my manifestation through my feelings of anxiety and stressing about finances. So while I'm in the middle of this vicious cycle, my birthday is coming up. So I remember in August, okay, my birthday is coming up. Like, every year I always celebrate my birthday. It's always a big deal for me to like celebrate myself. Like, I've always celebrated every single birthday ever. Like, even during COVID, my parents celebrated celebrated my birthday. So I've never missed out on celebrating a birthday. I did not know how to celebrate this birthday because I knew that I did not have the budget, the finances to plan a birthday, to have a birthday party. And I knew that I wanted something big. Like deep inside, I knew that I did not want like a normal vacation, normal birthday where you go to the park and, you know, have ice cream. Like I did not want that. I wanted my birthday to be big, you know? And I remember having this conversation with God where I was like, God, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I will leave it up to you. Just take care of my birthday. Just make sure I have a good birthday. Just like, please just take care of it. And I remember I just gave it to universe and I was like, okay, God will take care of it now. I'm not worried about my birthday. Somehow something will work out and we'll see how it goes. And that was it. Like that was like the last time I thought about it. And in my mind, I had the expectation that something would work out, like God would do something. Somehow my birthday would be nice. Like that was something that was always in the back of my head. So after that, I go about with my life and, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm stressing out, doing my vicious cycle of manifesting and sabotaging. And then out of nowhere, literally 2 weeks before my birthday, I matched with this one guy on a dating app. And mind you, at this time, I have been on dating apps. I am going on dates and you know how the dating world goes. And I think at that time, I was not even in a mind space where I could be seriously dating because of everything that was happening in my life. But I was for some reason still on dating apps and I connected with this one guy. We talked on call. I remember we talked I think once or twice before we actually met up. And when we were talking on call, this guy was like super into me and I told him like, you know, oh, my birthday's coming up and that and this. And this guy was like, oh, your birthday's coming up. Like I want to celebrate your birthday. And I was like, that's not a good idea because like, mind you, this is the first time I'm meeting this guy. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, what if he's not the vibe that I'm looking for? You know, like what if he's a boring guy and what if he planned something and I really hate it? And then my birthday would just be like this bad memory of a date that I went on. I was very vocal about it. I told him like, hey, you know, like we've never met before and you want to meet for the first time on my birthday. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. And, you know, I was like really dismissive about the idea. But he was very persistent. He was like, oh no, Nifty, like let me plan your birthday. I'll make sure we do all the things that you like and I'll make sure it's the best birthday of your life. At this point, I was like, I asked the universe to do something for me. And here's the guy who I've literally never even met in my life. I've literally talked to this guy on call once or twice and he wants to plan my birthday for me. Like he wants to do something for me. And I was like, you know what? I literally gave it to the universe to plan my birthday anyway. So if this is it, then maybe this is it. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do it. And my one condition was that I did want to have dinner with my friends that night. So I was like, okay, you have the day, plan whatever you want on the day, but I want to have dinner with my friends at night. He was like, okay, fine. I didn't think much about it because clearly I did not meet this guy. I did not know much about him. Honestly, I did not want to get my expectations high because it's better to not have expectations and then be surprised with some beautiful things than to have high expectations and then be let down, you know? So I literally had no expectations whatsoever. But then the day of the birthday arrives and God, did he deliver. So the big day arrives and I worked that day in the morning. I was working at Sephora, so I had like a 3-hour shift. And after I was done with that shift, he picks me up. And this is my first time meeting him, okay? So he picks me up and as I get in the car, he gives me a big bouquet of flowers. And apparently somewhere when we were on the call, he asked me what my favorite color was and what my favorite flowers were or something like that. And he actually bought me my favorite flowers in the favorite color. And I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. And he's like, oh, I have a surprise. We have to go fast. We're like running out of time. And I was like, okay. So I get in the car and we go and we're driving real fast. And at this time I noticed, okay, he's driving a nice car. He's wearing a Rolex watch and everything. So I'm like, okay, he has money. So definitely he's planned something nice, you know? And then 1 hour drive later, we get to this place. So basically this man had booked me a seaplane tour to fly across Vancouver and Whistler and just, you know, have a nice experience. And when I get there and when I get to know like this is what is happening, I'm like, whoa, like this was not something I was expecting, you know. Like he asked me what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I want to go to the spa, you know. That's what I told him. And this man had literally booked me a seaplane tour. Like in my mind, he's already winning brownie points. Like I'm not even on the plane yet, but this boy is already winning brownie points, okay? But once we got there, we came to know that our plane that we were scheduled in left like 10 minutes before we arrived. So we would have to wait for an hour and a half to get on the next flight that takes off. But the problem was that this man had actually planned everything, and he had booked another spa appointment at one of the biggest hotels in Vancouver right after we would be done with the seaplane tour. So now the problem was that if we waited to get on the next seaplane, we would miss the spa appointment. He was like, hey, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to take the seaplane tour or do you want to go on the spa? If you want, like, we could get the seaplane tour for another day. And I was like, you know what? Honestly, from the start, all I wanted to do was the spa, so let's just go to the spa. So because we missed our flight, we had a little bit of time, so we went out drinking. We went to a nice hotel. He got some food, some nice drinks, and then we went to the spa, which was also super nice and bougie. It was like a couples massage, and then there was a steam room, and then we went to the pool and the jacuzzi, and everything was so beautiful. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you know, like this is it. Now I'm gonna go with my friends. But this guy is like, no, I'm gonna come with you. Take me to the party. I want to meet your friends. And I'm like, but I don't know, you know, like I literally met this guy, like he's winning, he's doing all the right things, but I literally just met him, you know. I don't want to introduce this guy as, hey, like meet this guy to my friends. And literally there were 3 people at my party, which was my brother and my 2 friends. End of the day, he's the one who takes me to the party. I introduce him as my friend / man, I don't know. And I have a great evening, and they bring a cake. I cut my cake. I have a great birthday in a beautiful hotel facing the ocean. Everything's perfect. And at the end of the day, when the bill comes, this man is like, no, make it 1 bill. And I was like, okay, like he was literally stepping up. He was like taking control as a man. He was doing everything that a boyfriend would do. And he literally paid for all my friends, like my 3 friends there. I also offered to pay him back. I was like, hey, you don't have to pay for my friends. Like, you know, I can cover it. And he was like, hey, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I got you, baby girl. And he literally paid for everything. And then he got me back home and everything was good. And the most weirdest, funniest, insane part is that was the first and last time I ever saw that guy. I know, it's insane. After that, he had to go on some work trip, so he was away for a bit. And then when he got back, I got busy. So we tried to connect like once, twice, and we just couldn't like work our times out. And after that, we just like, you know, drifted apart, and I never met that guy. And I remember the last message I got from him was during Christmas or something, where he sent a very beautiful message saying, you know, how much he missed me and how great I was. If destiny collides or whatever, that we will meet again in some airport somewhere. And I was like, okay, you know, like this is cute. But at that point, I also think I was not ready for anything. And that was it. Like this man in my vision is not a man. This is an angel that God sent to make my birthday one of the best birthdays of my life. And I can straight up say that was one of the best birthdays of my life, because I did not do anything. I did not plan anything, but somehow I asked God to show me how good it can get, to show me a beautiful birthday. And God just sent this angel who literally made it happen. And for me, the biggest takeaway from the story was that a manifestation is not about control. Manifestation is not about, oh my God, like this is what I want and this is how I want it, and universe is gonna make it happen. Like most of the times we like hyper focus on the goal and we forget that that is not actually the end result. Manifestation is all about the emotions, right? Like if you're feeling good in the process of getting there, you know you're gonna feel good when you get there too. But if you're struggling the whole time to get to your manifestation, even after you get your manifestation, it's not gonna feel fun, because you literally struggled so much to get to a point, and that point will only last you a few seconds and then it's gone. So may the story be that inspiration that you need to take that leap of faith, to trust in the universe, to trust that things are working out for you. Like even if you can't see it, your life could literally change in a moment. Because if a Nifty who was that broke, was doing so bad in her life, could actually manifest the best fucking birthday of her life during the worst fucking year of her life, you can manifest so much more, baby girl. Trust me, you just have to trust in the process and believe that it is happening, and it is happening for you. Let me know in the comments, guys, have you manifested anything this crazy on your birthday, or like any other event that you like? It just cannot be defined by logic, you know? You just know that it's just so magical, and it just happened with such clarity and such conviction that you just know that you manifested it somehow. If you have a story like that, let me know in the comments. And that is everything I have in this video for you guys. And if you are somebody who is into manifestation, personal development, then subscribe to my channel. I do try to come out with a new video every 10 days, and I will see you guys in another video. So go make some manifestations happen. I love you.